Hi guys, I'm here to do a plan with me in my bullet journal today. I took to Instagram earlier in the week and was like, I'm not quite sure what I want to film this week. Anyone got any suggestions? And a lot of people said they wanted to see my bullet journal, so I'm gonna try and set that up on camera, which I don't do very often. So you might have to bear with me because I might have to actually concentrate, and we all know that when I concentrate, my ability to speak seems to disappear. So I keep my bullet journal in my Foxy Fix cover at the moment. I have gone back to a Leuchtturm. I did have a Scribbles That Matter bullet journal. Met with a slight accident involving a bottle of Coke this week, so I've had to do a quick panicked setup for this month moving forwards. As you probably know from my last video, I think it was my last video, I shared this lovely thing here, which is my bullet planner, which I'm in love with, but the only problem with this is everything else about it I love. I do not have the capacity to take notes like I do in a bullet journal, so at the moment I tend to be using both side by side, really. So I could talk quite a lot, but I don't think I should talk a lot, really. If I open it up, I do at the moment have a couple of inserts just for extra padding from the Punk Planner, but I've just done another order from the shop for a couple of inserts that are structured that I would quite like to use. At the moment, these are just kind of plain ones that I bought a while ago and have not used since. So if I show you this week, this is the setup that I went for. I like the idea of having a weekly log of some description just so I can see the events that are going on, but on a day-to-day basis I do not need this information. So I am denied about how to set things up, and I've really enjoyed using this layout. As you can tell, we're on Sunday and I kind of stopped doing food and water tracking, but I want to get back into the habit of doing that where I can, just to kind of keep the diet on track, keep the hydration going in the right direction, and all those wonderful positive things. So the idea of this is that each box for each day contains the events for that day, appointments, things like that, and my tracking for food and water. And then this box here is meant to be for things that are going to crop up during the week, things that I need to remember that week, anything like that. I have a mini tracker with the daily ideals of things I want to do every day. And then the brain dumping method of planning tasks is working very, very well. I sit there the night before, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night probably, and just go, right, I need to get blah, 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 and scribble down everything I need to get done the next day. And as simple as that sounds, it's something I haven't really done, and it's been fantastic. So I'm going to try and emulate this spread for the next week. So this is how it should look, and please bear with me if it doesn't quite look like that at the end. I have kind of gone back to basics with my bullet journal. I've cut back, as you can see I've got a few stickers, but I've cut back. I've gone back to using I haven't really gone back to using it. I'm still using my Papermate Inkjoy biro in black because it works brilliantly. I've gone back to using Staedtler Triplus pens, which is what I first used when I first started bullet journaling, and I have a Mildliner, and I'm trying to stick to kind of one colour for the week, keep it nice and simple, don't do anything over the top, and I'm only really using 2 colours this month as well. So I've kind of gone for a teal and purple affair because I have a teal notebook, or emerald notebook, and I have a purple Foxy Fix, so that's kind of how it goes. So yeah, I'm going to apologise for not doing a video last week. I had the most horrendous flu-y cold thing, and it just wiped me out completely. I was exhausted, and I couldn't really focus on anything, and the planner last week just didn't get filled in from about Wednesday because I was just absolutely exhausted. I'm going to have to count squares now, guys, just to warn you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my daily squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as you probably heard from my counting there, are 8 squares wide, and then 11 squares high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I do not use a ruler in my bullet journal. I do not sketch my spreads out in advance in pencil and then go over them in pen. I don't do anything like that. I think I have done 2 or 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I always do count out loud when I count squares. The first couple of spreads that I ever did in my bullet journal, way back when I started journaling, I did use a ruler for, and I think I did sketch them out as well in advance. I can't really remember, but since then I kind of haven't really bothered. I think a while ago I did do a bullet journal spread where I used a ruler, and for me it just took way too much time, so I don't do it. It's that simple. You know, having just said that, I did use a ruler to create my monthly spread for February, because it's a tiny setup, there's a lot to fit in. I didn't want to have suddenly a meandering line that meant I wouldn't have a row to complete. So I did fit it in. That's there. See, now I'm talking and I'm losing my capacity to focus a little bit. So, there we go. So, it is very simple. It's not meant to be time consuming. It is just meant to be a quick setup. And something that you can add to as the week goes on as well, if you need to. I don't know if I did use any inspiration for this, I will be honest. I know a lot of people say, you know, Pinterest is an amazing source of spreads and ideas. I get lost on Pinterest. I can't seem to find the things I want to find, and the things that I do find, I'm a bit like, well, that won't work for me, I'm not quite sure how to do that, so I've stopped looking at bullet journal spreads on Pinterest. I look up other things, just not bullet journal spreads. And I must admit, I tend to stick to Instagram for inspiration. And when I did this, I knew what I wanted. I kind of thought, what do I want out of a weekly spread? I want to be able to see the events. I want to be able to see my meals. Ideally, I need to be sort of tracking my hydration, because it's gone a little bit funny lately. And other than that, I don't really need a lot. So, because I use my bullet planner for all my timeline stuff, which is, I do love it. I love my bullet planner. I think I'm going to do a video next week on how I'm using it so far and how it's going. I know a few people had seen it was coming and have said, it's your fault, I've got one now, but it can't be my fault, is my view. They knew it was coming. They decided they wanted it, really. So I did food then water last week, didn't I? So I shall do the same. And this really is all done by hand. And there was nothing on my page beforehand, I just want to clarify that. One of the queries I had was about sketching out ideas, how I sketch out my spreads, the stuff I do to prepare my spread. The stuff I do is I get my pens. I have 4 pens, that was me getting ready to do this. Oh, I'm getting the stickers out, which I'll do in a moment. So, this is the most time consuming bit, is carving up your boxes for your hydration tracking. This is why I use stickers in my planners for hydration tracking, because it's crazy drawing out all those boxes. So then Mildliner just to colour in the box, and I'm not even filling the whole thing in. It's a straight track across the top. Then I go in with my Papermate biro. And Monday is the what? Monday is the 12th. Sorry, I've now stopped talking. I'm concentrating too much. I apologise. This is probably why I don't do too many planner videos in my bullet journal. Because although this is quick and simple to do, my brain is a little bit preoccupied on getting everything in the right place and not making mistakes like I just have. But that's why I have this lovely friend. And it will all be okay. And now I'm writing Wednesday. I do not worry too much about mistakes in my bullet journal sometimes. I have drawn out whole spreads. Gone, I don't like that. I'm not happy with that. So I just put like a diagonal washi across it, or just write over the top and highlighter, I didn't like this, and move on. So what? I think you can get too preoccupied on the prettiness and the precision of your bullet journal spreads and forget the whole point, which is the functionality of them. So it is what it is. So that's all I do to set up my weekly log. So next stage is this. I'm just going to work out what I did that in. I think last week I did everything in the Triplus Colour and not the fineliner. But that can't be right because that's thicker. I'll do it in this one anyway. So for this I literally just work out halfway point and draw a line across the page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And yes, I know I've already said this, but I do always count my squares out like this. Seems funny and bizarre, but that's just how I do it. So we have the header at the top. So Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Sorry, I'm still getting over this bug thing that I had. So I did last week, I did AM eye care and PM eye care, which as you can tell I did not do very well with this week. Sorry, I just move that down a bit. Did not do very well with that at all. Scripture writing. So you use the Sweet Blessings prompts, but I don't do the month we're on. I kind of cherry pick other things to use. Journaling. I'm going to do a video on my journal at some point because I really like how my journal has developed, and I know I've shared a few pictures of it on Instagram, but I think it's worth a video. Planning routine. So these are the kind of things I want to do every day if I can. And having it right at the top of my to-do list seems to make a lot of sense to me. And then this is the sad bit. I kind of like the definition. Going over the dots in colour to define what everything is. And I know lots of people fill in habit trackers like this in different ways. They colour in boxes, they draw pictures, they shade it in. I have totally taken inspiration from this from Boho Berry because I like the way the pattern developed as she did it on her tracker. So I've just popped that into mine. So that's kind of it. Tomorrow is obviously Monday. Well, the first day of the week is Monday. So it's the 12th, so I should put that there as the header. And then this week is exciting because it's half term and I don't have a lot planned. So these are the stickers I use in my bullet journal. I used these last week on work days to just record the work events I had going on and things I needed to remember. These I kind of sometimes use for work stuff as well because the apples are quite cute. And these are the new skinnier rainbow appointment labels that Rachel has released this month, I think. January or February. At some point and since the start of the year, these have been released, and I quite like the way they are. I love the old skinny ones, and they're not quite as nice as them, but they still work pretty well. So I just put it on the day for events. So obviously I won't need any work stickers. However, I am going to put one of these in the this week box because it's half term. I know Rachel has some lovely stickers in this range that say half term, end of term, back to school stuff, but I use them all in my teacher planner. So the blank ones work just as well. Tuesday evening I have Kettler size, which was evidently created by someone who hates human beings. But I'm going back. I did my first one on Tuesday this week, and it was excruciating. By the end of it I felt physically sick. Wednesday I couldn't move, and I had my first aid training on Tuesday and Wednesday, and Wednesday we did CPR, we did recovery position, we did all of that, so we were on the floor a lot, up and down, and I was in agony every time we moved, so that was not so nice. So kept the size on Tuesday. When Tuesday is also, sad thing to note, it's the Love UK Planner Shop sale, which I'm quite excited about. So I am putting that in because I want to buy things. And I am going to put that on a sticker because why not? So yeah, I layer up the stickers from here upwards, from the bottom up, and I write everything else on the top. Monday is bin day. Monday is bin day. This is bins and recycling. No, what's new Wednesday? And no, Planner Face new releases come out on Monday for a change. I got really confused on Friday when I couldn't find them. And that is pretty much it for my week. That is how bleak my week looks at the moment. I'm going to put that in there just for my header. Things I need to do tomorrow. I do need to do some guide admin. I do need to catch up on my English books. I would like to get 500 words of my dissertation written. And I was going to go for a wardrobe sort out as well. So that's how it looks so far. Half term I do tend to check my list first thing in the morning more frequently and update it as I go. But that is my week set up in my bullet journal, and as you can see, if I go back, it does get filled up as the week goes on. This will get filled out. My water, hopefully, will get filled out because I will try and remember to do it more, and I will make a note of what I'm eating as well, just to kind of keep track. So that's that really. So hopefully the people that suggested this video have found it useful. If you didn't suggest it, hopefully you still found it useful. If there is anything you want to see me specifically film or talk about or do something, leave a comment below. I'm always happy to try and do things. And follow me on Instagram if you're not already, just to see how this fills out as the week goes on. I will try and post more of my bullet journal. It's been a while since I've posted my bullet journal. And you'll be able to see all of my other planners as well. Definitely check out the Love UK Planner Shop sale this week. There is a Facebook group for the Love UK Planner Shops where all the information will be posted. And I know all of my favourite shops are participating, which is why it's in my planner, because it's all exciting. So that's all for now, guys. Hopefully if you are on half term you will have a lovely week, and if you're not, it will still be a lovely week for you. and I'll be back hopefully with 2 videos in the next week because it is the holidays and I do like to do a little bit more. Yeah, happy planning.